Hi all, in this video I'm going to talk about equity shares. Now equity shares are generally called as owner shares, conferring the ownership rights on the holders of these shares. Further, the holders of equity shares do not enjoy any of the preferential rights, regarding the payment of dividend and also the repayment of capital in the event of winding up of the company. Now the reason for this is only after the debenture holders are paid and the preference shareholders are paid out of the profits of the company, whatever remains after paying these two classes of investors, then the remaining amount is distributed among the equity shareholders. So therefore, they do not enjoy any of the preferential rights regarding payment of dividend because they are the last ones to be paid out of the profits of the company. And regarding the repayment of capital when the company is being winded up, first the debenture holders, the other creditors of the company will be paid, then the preference shareholders will be paid their capital, and after that, if any capital is remaining in the company, only then the equity shareholders will be paid back their capital. Moving further and looking at the advantages of equity shares, the equity shares advantages can be bifurcated into advantages which equity shares assures to the company and advantages to the investors. So let's look at the advantage of issuing equity shares for the company. The first advantage for a company is issue of equity shares ensures long-term and permanent capital. Now the reason it is called as long-term and permanent capital is the equity shares are repaid back only in the event of winding up of the company. That's why it is called as long-term and permanent capital. The other advantages are it does not put a fixed burden on the company's profits. Like in the case of debentures, the rate of interest is fixed. In the case of preference shares, the rate of dividends is fixed. So it puts a big financial burden on the company. Whereas in the case of equity shares, only after paying the debenture holders and the preference shareholders, whatever surplus profits are remaining behind, that will be paid back to the equity shareholders. So therefore, equity shareholders do not pose any burden on the finances of the company. Next, credit worthiness. The issue of equity shares did not create any charge on the assets of the company, which means that take the example of debentures. When we are issuing debentures, supposing we are issuing 20 lakh debentures, then 20 lakh worth of company's assets have to be kept aside in the sense that the company can only they cannot sell that asset, and further they cannot use that asset for getting further finances, or they cannot use that asset for mortgaging. So therefore, when you issue debentures, you have to create a charge on the assets of the company. Whereas in the case of equity shares, no charge is created on the assets of the company. Means that no such assets is kept aside for the equity shares issue. So whatever assets of the company are there, they can be used for raising further capital by mortgaging those assets. Next, equity shares are called as risk capital. When the company is in financial turbulences and it is not able to ensure stability of earnings, then in such cases it is advisable for a company to issue equity shares, because the company will pay the dividends to these equity shareholders only when the company makes profits. So therefore, equity shares issue is also called as risk capital, because in times of risk and uncertainty, companies resort to issue of equity shares. Lastly, dividend policy. Since the rate of dividends is not fixed in the case of equity shareholders, so after paying the preference shareholders, whatever profits is left behind, the company can again move a portion of the profits to the reserve funds of the company, and these reserve funds can be used for further growth of the company. So therefore, the dividend policy in the case of equity shares is very flexible, or rather it is elastic. It keeps on changing. So when the company has growth opportunities, it plows back most of the profits in the form of reserves and issues very little dividends to the equity shareholders. And the equity shareholders wouldn't retaliate against the company. The reason is, even if their profits are plowed back in the company, it will be used only for the further growth of the company. And in the future, they will draw benefits from, by foregoing their, dividends. So therefore, the equity shares holders enjoy, from the growth of the company. Therefore, when a company issues equity shares, it follows a very liberal or rather an elastic dividend policy. Now, let's look into the advantages of equity shares for the investors. First of all, the first advantage for the equity shareholders is they get more income by purchasing equity shares than by purchasing debentures and preference shares. The rate of interest which is paid on the debentures is very less. The rate of dividends which is paid to the preference shareholders is also less compared to the dividends which is paid to the equity shareholders. Next, the equity shareholders have voting powers, means they can vote on all the matters whether it affects their interest directly or not. Therefore, they have a right to participate in the control and management of the company. The last is equity shareholders appeals to speculators. Speculators are people who are ready to undertake risk in order to get high returns. So since equity shares assures higher rate of returns, therefore they appeal to speculators. Further, moving on to the disadvantages of equity shares. First disadvantage of equity shares to the company is it results in dilution of control. Since the equity shareholders are allowed to vote on all the matters, therefore, the normal, even in taking the decisions which affect the working of the company, their consent has to be sorted. So, this results in dilution of control for the company when they issue equity shares. Next disadvantage of equity shares is there is a risk of overcapitalization. Overcapitalization is a scenario where there is excessive issue of equity shares and the dividends per share is low in that condition, which will adversely affect the psychology of the investors. So, and such a scenario is very difficult to be brought back to normal. So, whenever there is overcapitalization, it poses a great risk for the company. Next, issue of equity shares or the cost of issuing equity shares is much higher compared to the cost of issue of preference shares and debentures. Lastly, the issue of equity shares are subject to hectic speculation in the stock market. Their prices fluctuate frequently, which are not in the interests of the company. So now let's look into the disadvantages of equity shares for the investors. First disadvantages, equity shareholders have uncertain and irregular income. Now this is because the rate of dividends on the equity shareholders are not fixed. Therefore, the return on these equity shareholders cannot be assured. Next, capital loss during depression periods. Now, during depression and recession periods, the profits of the company come down, and consequently, because of this, the rate of interest also comes down. Now, due to the low rate of dividend and certain other factors, okay, the market value of the equity shares also goes down, resulting in losses for the investors. So that is another disadvantage of equity shares. And lastly, loss on liquidation. Now, in case when the company is being winded up, the equity shareholders are actually the worst sufferers. Now, the reason why they are the worst sufferers is because only after the claims of debenture holders, other creditors, and preference shareholders are paid back. Then, if there are any capital remaining in the company, only then equity shareholders will be paid back their capital. Otherwise, they are at at the suffer a great loss on liquidation. So these was some of the disadvantages of equity shares.